Yes, Mr. Kumar, you were asking.
Sure, that's what I was. I'm agreeing to the point that for a career or corporate related scenario, this is highly essential. But during our personal life scenario, how do you think this image and soft skills needs to be maintained? That's what my query is.
So, like I mentioned, in your professional life, people are judging you over how you're talking to people, your body language, your appearance. But most of your professional life is directly proportional to your personal life. Just like before going for an exam, you prepare yourselves, image building and soft skills are real life exams, wherein major decisions of your life, which include both your personal and professional lives, depend on how you are as a person. So, developing skills to find a better version of yourself does not only make you feel wanted in your professional sectors, but also with the people you interact with in your daily lives. So, your personal life, the changes that you bring to your personal life are majorly important to start anywhere.
Okay. So a lot of people, working professionals, everybody invests on their technical skills, especially IT technical skills. Right now, a lot of people who've been laid off going into technical upgradation and all that, and they are investing their money on the technical skills. So, how do you think this particular program needs investing on these kind of things so that it will help them in a better way?
So, investing in seeing a better version of yourself is not something that you should be thinking about, right? So, as important as technical skills are, investing in yourself is the most important because until you aren't good as a person, your knowledge would not be looked into. So, who wouldn't want to make progress in their personal and professional lives, right? So, image consulting and soft skills will not only help bring a big difference in your personal lives, but it will also help you build a better future that you seek for yourself, both personally as well as professionally. So, the difference that you shall be noticing in yourselves each day would definitely make you thrive on becoming even better with each passing day, getting better opportunities amongst the other people around you, being able to differentiate yourself from the other with just help of small but meaningful changes in your personality will always fetch you great results. And that is not something anybody out here would not want to invest into, right?
Okay. So you've been doing this consulting and webinars and workshop for about 9 years, and you could have seen a lot of people, maybe students, graduates, working professionals, business owners, everybody in your the entire thing. So can you help us understand how this particular consulting or workshop helped transforming the other people? Can you give us any example?
Absolutely. That's an interesting question that you asked me, Mr. Kumar. So, here I would like to share a couple of case studies from my real life incidences from my previous clients. So, I happened to meet Yash, one of my clients, in one of my workshops held for the corporate. So, Yash was a brilliant person at his work and in the accounting sector. After I got done with the seminar, he reached out to me and he told me about how he has been with different company for the past 9 years and that he also enjoys working there, but he's not seeing a scope of growth for himself. He wanted to shift to another company where he could get a job profile just as per his requirements and at the same time with a greater pay scale. He also gave a couple of interviews, but for some reason, he said that he didn't get selected. After analyzing and understanding what the entire situation was, I figured that I thought that he's great at his work, of course, but what he was failing at was at showcasing himself in the right manner. He lacked skills like having a correct body posture, low self esteem, and confidence. And since he was an introvert, he kept quiet a few times. The quite important things that he had to tell out, he kept it to himself that were to be told out loud to the people around him. Once he started working on those, within a span of 2 months, he got interviewed at EY company, like Ernst and Young company, which is a big MNC. He and guess what? Today he is working there as he at a great post. So this was just about an already working professional. But now I would also like to share another case study from my client who was just a college graduate. So her name was Anuja, and she's of course, like I mentioned, she was just a graduate college girl who just passed out, and she reached out to me to avail my services, and not just to get interview ready, but also for bringing a change in her life for good. She was trained over clear communication skills, her etiquettes, networking skills, appearance, behavior, and a lot more things. Amongst a lot many other candidates who had gone for the interview with her, she was given the preference based on how she managed to look composed and talk well, even under a stressful situation. Today, she's a working professional hired by JP Morgan and is doing exceptionally well. She has been promoted and is now working in the USA with the same firm. There are these small little things that make a huge difference and impact your life and make you a better version of yourself. And just like I said in the beginning, I'd like to end this whole thing with a simple but very impactful note that, it's you who defines yourself. Look and treat your way the
Exactly.
way you want the people around you to look and treat you.
Wonderful, wonderful. I mean, that's a great success story you have, and people working in MNCs. So since we have you here, we won't let you go without any tips or suggestions
Absolutely.
who
Um,
are anticipating their first time interview or people who are working professionals. So for them, do you have any benefits or tips for their interviews?
Yes, I do. So first and foremost, a very basic thing, be dressed appropriately in formal clothes that are well ironed. Everybody knows this, right? But make sure that you take importance in this and make notice of this when you go before an interview. So the second point I would like to tell you here is to be clear in your communication. Do not talk too fast or too slow. Maintain a pace that is acceptable and understood by the others as well. The third point here I would like to tell you is to stay calm and composed and don't look too nervous or overconfident either. The interviewer makes note of all of this and then starts drilling you. And it sure does happen. The next point I would like to bring to your notice is to wear colors that complement your skin tone. Preferably wear lighter shades of clothes because that's most acceptable in any interview, any company that you go for an interview for. And last but not the least, do not interrupt while someone is talking. Wait for them to finish and then answer or say what you've got to say.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think it will make a lot of sense when we have this checklist before going to an interview, because as and when we receive an interview notification on a particular date, we are hurry burry and we dress up just something which is ready with that particular day, and then we go on with our technical preparation and then go. But we completely forgot on the appearance part and personal branding part and the related impression for any other job right now. But earlier, the thing is like only marketing professional, HR people, and other IT professional needs a lot of these kind of attire. But nowadays, the expectations from employer is huge, where we have to build on a brand for ourselves and invest on those things so that we are out of the entire crowd. We become unique in that way. So I think that
Absolutely.
is very crucial at this point in time, especially lot of people being laid off, and we need to stand out from the entire crowd, both on the technical skills and soft skills. So I know that you are running a lot of workshop and webinars and consulting and all that. So this month, do you have any upcoming workshop which for this audience would you like to convey anything?
Yes, I do. In fact, I would also like to share the details for it. There's a workshop that I am doing on the 21st and the 22nd of January, which is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. It's a Saturday and Sunday. So what is it that you would get in this workshop? These are the following topics that you'll get to learn. One would be to find your personal style, how to groom yourselves well, the etiquettes, a perfect handshake, how you can do a perfect handshake when you first meet the employer, then your personal image building. So once you've understood your personal style, we shall be talking about your personal image building. We'll be understanding different dress codes for different given situations. If you are a professional going for an interview and what kind of interview it is, there are different dress codes as well. That is what we shall be discussing about. Your body language and postures, how you present yourself to the interviewer is something that will be made a note of. Then your communication skills, which is very, very important, not just in your interview, but in general, having perfect communication skills are very important. Your presentation skills, your public speaking skills, your stress management skills. So given under any stressful situation, how can you manage yourself with elegance? And that is what is being noticed by the people around you. So this is what we shall be learning during this workshop. And there will also be a bonus that will be given, shared at the end of the course. And this course is a 2-day course, of course, but for an additional support, I would be giving you a 3 months of hand holding. Along with this, I will be giving you a certificate of completion at the end of this seminar, at the end of the workshop.
Wonderful, wonderful. I think that will be a great what you call time spent on the very, very important aspect of an interview, which you're doing a consultation, where it will groom most of the people where their awareness level itself it's not there, because a lot of people go for an interview and then they don't even know why they are getting rejected. Okay, because HR and recruiters won't even tell the feedback of both the technical skills and our personal aspects, where this particular aspects which if we are incorporating in our schedule, then it becomes more and more successful. Yes,
Absolutely.
of course. So yeah.
So
Sure,
all the
sure.
people who want to make note of these topics can go ahead seeing and taking a screenshot if required. Okay, so now I hope that all of you are done with this. I shall stop sharing my screen, and I would now like to move over to Mr. G.S. Kumar, who is a professional in his field, and I would like to question him so that you people out here understand what is the importance of LinkedIn and why is it important to have a presence over LinkedIn. So, Mr. Kumar, like you said that you've been in this field for the past 20 years, I believe, 15 years. I'm sorry.
Close to 20 years, yeah.
Yes, so you've been more than 20 years. So I would here want to understand from you that, what is the difference between LinkedIn and other job portals?
It's a very, very important clarification which I want to give it to the room. See, Naukri Monster Times Job is a straightforward job portal where only the recruiters will have access to these particular profiles, especially only the resume. But LinkedIn, what we have to understand, it's a professional networking platform. And in my opinion, it's a relationship building tool where we have to develop relationship with the decision makers, CEOs and recruiters, HR professionals, and even technical professionals for that matter, where we have to connect and collaborate and work and have a conversation with them. That's the major difference, because the main aspect in job portals is something where your content is only on the resume, where you can draft and craft on your own story and then put it, where there is no interaction happen, right? But here it's a 360-degree platform where you can showcase everything like technical skills, achievements, volunteering, and which school and college you have studied, and the recognitions you got from endorsements you got for your skills, and somebody can validate on your skills. All that 360 element can be seen in a LinkedIn, because I would say 2023's necessity platform, if you ask me, that's one thing which you have to invest time is on LinkedIn, comparing to Instagram and Facebook, because this is a place where professionals come and engage and work on knowledge, job, and business purposes. So the purpose is entirely different from job portals, social media platform, and LinkedIn. That's the key difference which we have to understand. The second major point here is the authenticity and trust factor, where now in Naukri, both from the job posting side, there are a lot of fake job posting, and from the candidate also, you can give a lot of fake skills or fake appearance, everything you can give fake, where we cannot trust. But here in LinkedIn, since you are representing an organization, the trust factor is even more better, because you will not write anything nonsense, right? You will be writing only on your career, job, and business, where you will be very, very authentic, and people start following you based on your background, career, and all that. And in Naukri and all that, what happens is people update their profile once in 3 months or 6 months, or never even update, right? But here, the updations on a regular basis is highly essential and recommended, where your growth and your professional networking is highly recommended on a daily basis, where you cannot stop that. And this is a place of showcasing all your technical or branding and impress the recruiters to get connected with you. So that way, and the best platform is this for a small personal branding, where we can write articles on various newsletters, post our opinion in the timeline on various technical skills industries, so that we showcase our skills and passion, so that that becomes a impressive factor for a HR professional. And final thing is, personal branding, anything cannot be done in Naukri and Monster, but here you can show yourself on your what you have, what the kind of award you have got, what recognition you have got, everything. So that becomes a huge difference when it comes to LinkedIn. So in my opinion, it is a relationship building tool rather than a job portal. That is the way it has to be used.
Very well. So, like you mentioned, that it is a relationship tool. So, why do you think that job seekers should be creating a LinkedIn profile?
Okay, see, any job seekers or any working professional or business owners, they want to get connected with the like-minded people and like-minded community. Okay, which is not possible in Naukri or Monster at any other platform. But here, it provides the LinkedIn provides a lot of information about the company, about the industry insights, and even about the CEO. For everybody's insight, you can see on what is happening. You can see what is happening in Twitter, Facebook, Amazon. You get to know the latest industry sites, and it's a very authentic information about those kind of companies and industries. The best part is you can network with all the decision makers. Like you cannot send an email and connect with any of the CEO, but it can happen in LinkedIn, where you can connect with any CEO of the company, provided you have a good LinkedIn profile for yourself. And that way they will also try and connect with skillful people. And you can create a lot of visibility for the recruiters and HR professionals, because see, their need is to fill their profile, fill their job with the right set of skills, where they keep searching for people who are very skillful. Okay, so the goal here is to be on the top 5 or top 10 people search when they are discovering profiles on the specific skill set. So if somebody is searching Python developer or Java developer, whether you are coming in the top 5 or top 10, that matters a lot. So essentially that needs to be figured out, so that you get the visibility. And the second thing is, like, you will once you start following this HR recruiters and all that, the very next day you will get the feeds of what they are posting. So obviously you will get to know what is their update on their company and all that. And for most of the working professionals who've been laid off, what I'm hearing from them is they've lost all these networking opportunities, because they spent their life or on a daily activities 8 hours to 10 hours they spent on their office, and they could not connect with anybody when they have lost a job. So suddenly nobody can start their networking opportunities. So but whoever is a beginner and start connecting in this very a poor time, it's highly recommended to start networking in LinkedIn, so that whenever you feel any lag in your career, your network will support you on getting some references, getting jobs. So for that to happen, it cannot happen overnight. We'll have to start building our network. And the final point I would say is the online reputation. Like uh, if you Google yourself with your name, what comes on the first page is your online reputation. So I would like to have this audience to search their name in Google and understand whether your profile, especially LinkedIn, appears on the first page. Otherwise, there is no online reputation, and there is no visibility, because even though when you submit a resume, the recruiters will stalk your LinkedIn profile only to understand whether how professional you are and how many people have validated, all that. And This is the time where you have to check and then build your reputation and networking. So that's very, very crucial at this point in time, because we have seen a lot of failure stories, people who have come after layoff where they have not built any other network.
Right, very well said. So, Mr. Kumar, you mentioned that, there are people who put up their keywords and they're still not getting jobs. So why do you think that, a lot of people here complain that even though if I'm applying to hundreds of jobs, but I'm not getting a reply. So what would your take on that be?
Yeah, there's a very most crucial factor which we have to understand how recruitment works in an organization and how hiring process work in an organization. Okay, so in a job market, what happens is there is published jobs and non-advertised jobs, not published jobs. Okay, so whatever you are seeing, like in Naukri, LinkedIn, or any other platform which is job posting, it is only 30% of the total job market. Okay, you can see thousands of Naukri job postings, Monster, everything, but in totality, it is whatever you are seeing, it is only 30% in the total market. So the rest 70%, what happens is we source profiles from these particular portals. That's number one, and we get referrals, internal references, networking. These kind of opportunities is what 70%, which is non-advertised in the entire portal. So that's where we'll have to build our visibility so that we get that option here. So a lot of people complain because they apply to the jobs and not getting interview call, because the guy who has applied to one particular opening, he's one among 1,000 candidates or 1,000 CVs. So that it is becoming very practically very difficult for a recruiter to review every CV and then call back. So that's a failure element in a job posting thing, where we start feeling inferior when we don't get interview call. Correct. So even though you have skill, but if you don't get interview call, you start feeling frustrated or inferior during the entire process. But in this case, on the non-advertised segment, it is only the networking techniques we have to understand, so that it becomes easier for us to connect with the right people and take it to the conversation to the next level, where it's a very easier process to get into a job.
Right. So how you mentioned that, there are so many people applying to jobs and they don't get a call. So how do you think that LinkedIn can be used to get interviews?
Okay, so interviews means, like, I would want to be very, very clear, because so a lot of people start sending requests to very random people and ask for referrals, which is not the right way to do it, because when you are connecting with people for the first time, it's all strangers, so they cannot give you a job referral just like that. So job referral, the process would be something: if you find a job posting on a particular company, say for example TCS or Infosys or Wipro, then you go to that particular senior software developer and then ask for informational interview, so that you understand what it is required for that particular job, so that he gives you more insight. And only when the job is published, he will be in a position to refer you. Otherwise, there is no possibility. It will become an embarrassment situation for those guys who are accepting connections, because as I said, this is a relationship tool. We cannot just submit a resume and then come back. Okay, so you have to build a conversation in order to build your credibility, trust factor, and technical skills, so that he is confident to refer you for that particular post. So essentially, you will have to connect with all your alumni if you're a student or even a working professional, so that they feel a common element, right? So any alumni who are in the same college, they feel little soft corner about our profile, right? So without even having much of trust. So that way you begin your journey with LinkedIn, so that you first thing you'll have to ask for the kind of a role which they are expecting. What are the technical skills? What are the interview process? Those things is what you have to question with them when you are sending a connection request, so that they love to give all these details, because they have underwent all these aspects. So instead of what I would recommend is, instead of submitting resume randomly, connect and converse with the people, so that you get a good referral in the entire process. And and LinkedIn is full of opportunities. So when I say opportunities, there are a lot of people, HR professional and people who joined recently in a company. They start posting their new job details there, where you can find that is a opportunity to open a door where you can congratulate them and ask for how do you got the process, connections, how you got this job. You start a conversation with them. So what happens is, when a guy who has joined very recently, he's start posting that I've joined TCS or Infosys, and then he will also tag the recruiter who was given that thing, and company page also he will tag. So what happens is, when you start posting comment, you become visible to the HR recruiter, where if you start commenting, you could have seen your title will be displayed in the comment section. So if you are a potential match, now that is a possibility for a recruiter to reach out to you to get connected and get into one interview to the next level. So it's a networking game which you have to play rather than submitting resume and come back. Okay, that's what is essential. Because if you could see all activity session in your section, and then see whoever is you have commented, your network will get to know in which all posting you have commented. Okay, and the same way, if you do the reverse process also, all the people whoever wants to get connected, they will know from which background you are coming. So that way, the entire system is an ecosystem where it's a chain reaction of networking, where it will give it itself will pop up a lot of opportunities to you, like birthday wishes, or joining a new job, getting a certificate. All these are all opportunities only for you to comment and then kickstart the whole conversation. Now that is the way we'll have to get into this conversation.
Right. Very well said, Mr. Kumar. One thing I would like to know from you over here is that, how could one create visibility on LinkedIn in order to get notified and get visible from MNC recruiters?
Okay, first thing we have to understand is how a recruiter will search. Okay, being a recruiter from last couple of years, when I search, I will search Java developer or Python developer. This is how I generally search. So you will have to understand how a recruiter search, and that particular keyword you will have to mention in your title section. Okay, so that when I'm searching, you are appearing, number one. And number two, a proper banner, professional banner and profile photo is highly essential, where a lot of people post their Instagram photo, which is not recommended. So a close headshot is recommended, because you have to appear as if you are working in an office. Okay, so that is very crucial, because this gives a very trust factor about you, right? Based on your display picture, they will judge you on what kind of a persona you are. Okay, so accordingly, you will have to get a very professional picture done in either Photoshop or whatever. Make it very, very professional. Third thing is, if you are a student or working professional, show some measurable achievements and quantified things in your summary and work experience, because just like mentioning HTML, Python, nobody will relate to what you have executed. Okay, so it is all about executed projects which they want to know on what you have achieved in the past. So based on that, they will call you. So whatever roles and responsibilities you have taken in the past, make it with measurable and quantifiable sentence formation, so that they understand whether you have done or not. Okay, so in terms of how you can do, like you can display projects, link, or you can what you could do, the lot of hackathon, lead code and all that is happening. What is your participation in that? How much ranking you got, all that. And especially there is a section called skills section, where most of the time we put the generic statement like leadership quality, team leadership, team management, all that, which may not be very recommended. Rather, you use your technical skills, but get some endorsement with your colleagues or friends, so that they give a +1 in your skills section, so that the recruiter understand that you got endorsement from the other people. Number two, in skill section, if you look at it, there is a skill test which you can undergo, where You can take up any particular programming or creative tools like Photoshop or anything. You can undergo a skill test and publish your score there. Okay, which will become very, very impressive for the recruiter, that he will understand that you are a proactive person and got this particular skill test, which will give you a higher uniqueness comparing to the other people. So don't worry, if you are failing, it will not publish. So obviously, when you are getting a positive rank and positive numbers only, you can publish. So that way, and write a lot of articles, because so people love to get a lot of knowledge from this platform. So if you're really passionate towards any programming skills or any other general matters or industry related news, start posting content there, so that you have to appear as a subject matter expert, right? So that way you create a lot of visibility. See, because the thumb rule is, when you are searching for MNC and looking at their credibility, trust, and bigger brands and all that, they will also search for quality of an MNC employee, right? So what is the quality? Proactive, a lot of technical skills, functional leadership qualities. All that can be showcased in a LinkedIn platform, which no other platform can give you that particular leverage. So that is the kind of things we have to perform during our time in LinkedIn.
Absolutely. So, Mr. Kumar, what I would now want to know from you is, what are the main key important points that one should keep in mind while they get over LinkedIn?
Okay, so see, first thing is we have to understand where do we stand at this point in time, so that we start from there and then grow up. So there is a dashboard system where we regularly use to understand our clients on where they stand and optimize their profile. So that is called social selling index, for which the link I will share at the end of the webinar, where the audience can understand where is their LinkedIn status right now, so that with that factors, they will try to understand where they have to scale up. And the goal here is to rank on the top, just like websites who are selling product and services, who whenever we are searching any t-shirts or shoes, the sites which has a lot of content and which is related to the algorithm of Google, only those websites will come into the first page, right? And we don't go beyond the first page of searching any particular product or services. We decide in the first page itself, and then we purchase any product or services. So similar way, LinkedIn is highly synchronized with the Google standards, where it is based on how much keywords we have used in our LinkedIn profile, right? So essentially pick up the best primary skills in your thing. Maybe it can be Python or .NET or Java, whatever it is. According to that, you pick up those kind of primary skills and post content on a regular basis, because the recruiters, when they start recruiting the developers or non-IT professional, they will start follow certain particular hashtags, where in a particular hashtag there will be a lot of like-minded people. So once you follow a particular hashtag, that feed also comes from the next day. So look for the particular skills where you have a higher quality, higher contribution, and start following those hashtags, so that most of the recruiters will be following those hashtags because they are recruiting. So obviously from there you just get connected. And testimonials is very major important function there, where see, when we are reviewing a company, when we are getting an interview, we immediately go to Glassdoor, Google review, and test their performance, right? But recruiters also do the same thing. They check our testimonials, recommendations, who has given what. It is not something, okay, I will give you testimonial, you give me one testimonial with the friends. That should not be the way. Rather,
Right.
you ask for people who are very, very professional, because that makes a lot of sense, because recruiters will get to know any which way, like where you have got this particular recommendations. So obviously that recommendations is highly recommended. And I will reiterate the process of getting referral, where if you find a software engineer kind of a job posting in your dream company, just connect to a senior software developer or a software architect, so that you connect with them and ask for the process. And once you build the trust, then you ask for a referral. That will make more sense in the entire process. So play the networking game. That is what my most humble recommendation. Instead of just applying to jobs and waiting for things, that is not the place for LinkedIn. So building your brand from the top to bottom of all the sections is highly essential. Even if you are posting a job as a recruiter, I can say we can see all your possible star matching for our job openings, because it will give a LinkedIn will give a dashboard on which are all the 1-star profile or 2-star profile or a 5-star profile. Okay, so it is purely dependent on your credibility, building a personal brand or optimized profile. That way only it is showcased. The reason why people are not getting calls is because maybe they could have not maintained their all-star profile. Okay. Now, I don't know how many all-star profile, the LinkedIn will recognize that you are existing. Okay. Otherwise, you are not even existing in the platform, because it's about 830 million people who are there in LinkedIn. So in that way, if you have to be searchable or discoverable, all-star profile maintaining is something very, very crucial. Only then, when somebody is searching for a particular skill, you will start appearing in the first page. So that's how the entire process works.
Very well. Thank you so much for that knowledge, Mr. Kumar. So I believe that you have also been doing a lot of workshops. So is there any upcoming workshop that you have?
Yes. Could you help me with opening these? Right?
Yes.
So 21st and 22nd between 7 to 9 p.m. It's a 4 hours workshop, 2 hours in Saturday and 2 hours on Sunday, where we will be talking a lot of opportunities in terms of hidden job market, where we will be training about 15 plus hacks for getting hidden job opportunities from MNCs, and best way to present all these skills and talents, accomplishments, and impress the hiring managers and all that. Because not only recruiters, there will be hiring managers and CEO who will be sourcing the profile in LinkedIn. So for those people, it is all very, very recommended. And there are a lot of tricks to connect and reach out to the recruiters. So that tricks we will be screen sharing and helping the participants to undergo those things, so that they feel like, okay, these many opportunities are there. Because what happens is, when you keep looking at YouTube, social media and TV channels, they are all talking about the negative news of laid off, but there are still a lot of opportunities which is hidden. So that hidden opportunities is what we are opening, and then we will be giving training, so that in their lifetime they don't have to apply for jobs. So that's kind of a training. Advanced masterclass is what we are doing. So this is the upcoming sessions which we are working on.
Great. And anything else that you'd like to add about your workshop here?
Yes, since LinkedIn is something very first time many people will be using, so we will be doing a hand-holding support for about 3 months, and after the 3 months there will be a participation certificate on the for all the participants, so that that can be included in their resume on LinkedIn.
Amazing. Great, great. So all of you all can make a note of the topics that shall be covered in this workshop. You all can take a screenshot of this specific screen before I stop sharing my screen. Over to you, Mr. Kumar. You are not audible. If you could please check your mic settings.
Now is it audible?
Yes.
Is it now?
Your video and your audio both are not on.
Okay.
Sorry for the glitch, everybody.
Yeah. Is it okay now?
Yes, much better.
Okay, sorry. Yeah. So are we going on to the question and answer session, or do we have?
No, we will first be talking about the workshop related details that we shall be discussing with our members out here. So people interested in it can join us further before we go on to the question and answer session. So I'll just start sharing my screen. Just a moment. Hope my screen is visible.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So this is the entire, like we mentioned to you about the workshops that we shall be having on the 21st and the 22nd of January. There are some objectives and benefits that you shall all be getting from this specific workshop. So as far as my workshop is related with regards to an image consulting and soft skills session to get your dream job, I would like to tell you a couple of things that I usually, my charges over this specific workshop that I usually charge people is regular price is about rupees 30,000, but only for this specific workshop. This is the amount that I am not going to be offering you. I'm giving you a great deal about this entire webinar. You shall be charged only rupees 4,999. And until when can you think about this entire workshop? And if you want to enroll to it, this specific price will be valid only until the 9th of January. So you have 2 days in hand to make up your mind and decide if you want to invest in yourself and you want to see a better version of yourself. In case you want to go ahead doing that, I would request you to please take a note of the next slide, which is the payment details slides. There are two options that you could pay on. One is via GPay. You could scan the QR code. Also the UPI ID is provided. If not that, you could also use the bank details. Just give me a second, sorry. You could also see the bank details if you want to make any bank transfer. The amount is just rupees 4,999 for a 30,000 rupee course. Once you have made the payment, please make sure to share a screenshot on this specific WhatsApp number along with your name. I'll keep the screen open for a while, so people who want to take a screenshot or who want to pay on the spot can go ahead doing that. Please do not forget to send across your name and your screenshot of the payment done. If anybody has any questions regarding this specific slide or something about image consulting and soft skills, could please go ahead asking.
Okay, I think they're making notes on the payment
We have the
part and
slide
other
open.
things.
Yes, we have the slide open for you.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, I'm Radhakshan from KR College of Arts and Science. I am a placement in charge. If there is any special discount for our students, ma'am, if they are willing to join with you as a group.
We could probably discuss this later because as of now, this is the webinar price that I'm giving. So this is not something I think I would be able to offer you over here. So like I said, I otherwise charge 30,000 rupees for an individual, but only for this webinar, the prices are cut down. So it's
Okay,
4,999
there
per
any?
person.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes. So I think we'll move ahead with the next slide where Mr. Kumar can explain about his workshop details.
Yeah. So this is an advanced masterclass for this year where we will be helping with a lot of networking opportunities and connections with recruiters, especially with the students and placement officers. So the regular charge for the masterclass for about 4 hours is about 10,000. But this particular webinar session, we are just offering 4,999 for this particular price for next 2 days. we will be shutting down this particular discount till Tuesday, and then we will be moving on this price. So this is the detail, and anybody have queries on those aspects or topic, you can just. So this is the Paytm number and bank details which we have for the process. So you can take a screenshot and uh, proceed if you are on action. All right. So if we are opening for questions, then we can open for the questions related to image consulting and soft skills, and as well as LinkedIn.
But before we go there, Mr. Kumar, there is a free bonus that we promised all our participants today. So we will be sharing the link of that specific free bonus that we promised you to give you. Please take a note of it and check in the chat box below. I will have to stop sharing my screen for a second. Please excuse me for that. Until then, if anybody has any questions that they'd like to ask us over either of the topics, can please go ahead doing that. We are now open for a question and answer session. Please raise your hands and we shall call out names.
Maybe you can open your audio and video and ask your queries which related to the topic which we have discussed, so that we get a clarity comparing to the chat questions.
You may feel free to ask your questions, everybody. Mr. Kumar, in the meanwhile, would you like to tell us what is the link that you've shared with the people out here?
So as promised, I have shared that dashboard thing where people can understand where they stand on LinkedIn. So that's the first link which I have shared, where they can open and check their score of LinkedIn so that they understand where they stand. That's number one. So number two is the mock interview practice format question and answer, or for a basic question and answer session, so that they can utilize for the upcoming interviews. So that is being shared. And so have you shared your link?
I am just doing that. Give me a moment. Yes, I've gone ahead sharing the link. So the link that I have shared with you all over here is about assessing yourself. Start noticing the difference that you all are making. There is a chart which has been provided to you, under which you can start denoting the numbers that where you are today and where you groom yourselves and get better versions of yourselves, and start rating yourself based on the couple of topics that have been mentioned in the assessment form. It's a self-assessment form. Please go ahead. It's very useful for each one of you here. Anybody in the room would have any questions? Yes.
We will open for another 5-10 minutes. So if you have any questions, otherwise we are good to. Okay, there is a question from Kanchan. I have a query in regards to the online courses that LinkedIn is providing currently. How much value these certifications carry in any particular industry? So a lot of LinkedIn has started a lot of this LinkedIn learning kind of certifications, where definitely a lot of experts are providing this courses and training materials and tutorials. But how far this is practical, that you have to synchronize with the industry, because a lot of people from the US, UK, and Australia are teaching this certification. But you'll have to pick up the Indian what you call author or trainer, so that they understand the current market and provide you with the materials. because you will have to understand these are all recorded materials, which may not be applicable in the present trends. So even like 3 months before courses sometimes may not be, it is very relatable or practical to the industry. So we'll have to figure out whether it is very potential, because you will have some trailer option there, or a mini 5 minutes courses are there, so that you can just run through it and understand whether it is really synchronizing with your current employment needs. So accordingly, you have to choose. And I would suggest, after completing the course, you will have to demonstrate either with the hackathon or do some projects so that you can showcase that in your resume. Because see, the general example which I say is MS Office is a skill where everybody can have. You can have, I can have Excel, everybody can have. But how profound we are demonstrating those skills, that makes a whole difference, where employees would want to pay you for that. Okay, so the demonstrable experience is what you have to highlight in the resume and LinkedIn, so that you get a better interview chances. And during the interview chances also, only because of certificates, nobody will offer you. It is all what kind of a projects you have done, what kind of hackathon you have done. That will make a crucial difference during the entire process. Because as a recruiter, I have seen a lot of people having great certification like Sun Java, Cisco, Linux, and all that, but they were not able to demonstrate the entire interview, which made a drastic failure in the entire thing. So if you are doing course, definitely the identification of a trainer is very crucial. But after that, you will have to implement a project or hackathon to demonstrate that. That would be my recommendation.
I believe Mr. Virendra Kumar also has a question here. If Mr. Virendra Kumar, if you could please unmute yourself and go ahead asking your question. Mr. Virendra Kumar?
Hi, this side Virendra Kumar.
Yes, please go ahead.
Mr. Kumar, are you getting my voice?
Yeah.
My question is, from the last 18 months, I'm continuously searching a good job, suitable opportunity through LinkedIn. I changed everything as you have suggested in a different way. Subject title, heading, everything I did it over there. But people are seeing my request, and view impression is showing there. 1,000 people have shown this my profile over there, but not a single person responded over there. Why it is so? I am completely fed up, because people show just like a fraternity, they are bound to do something, but no response over there. So I need to understand where I am lacking right now.
Okay.
I have
So
rich experience, valued experience, plus 20 years. And I served reputed organization like Tata, Larsen and Toubro, Aparajita, and some more companies.
Okay, so you mean to say you are getting a lot of profile views, but there is no use of those kind of profile views, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So what I would suggest is do 2 checks. One check will be, go and check your search appearances in your dashboard, where it will showcase who are all the profiles who are searching for you, number 1. So when you click the search appearances button, you will get the one more link where you can see the weekly dashboard, because LinkedIn will publish every Thursday your mechanism of number of profile views, number of impressions, and number of people, number of times you have appeared in a search. So in that search appearances, if you see, you can see from which are all the companies they have searched, and who are all the designation who has searched, and especially for which skill they are searched. Okay. So that makes all the difference, because just because of what kind of words you have used in LinkedIn, that's how your search appearances happens. So a wrong direction maybe could have been that, where people are searching something, but eventually they are landing in your LinkedIn profile, where they don't see a sync between their expectation and your offering. Okay. So obviously, make it with more skills which you can contribute rather than designations, because certain designation we don't even mention properly, because Indian designations is completely different from UK and US. Okay. So that way, every title in each career should have some or the other connections towards that, so that LinkedIn understands that it's a very relevant profile. That's the mechanism on the algorithm and artificial intelligence it will work. So this one thing you have to check. And second thing is the social selling index link, which I have sent, that you can open and see where do you stand on LinkedIn, which will give a clear indication on which is lacking in your profile. So accordingly, you have to build your.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Kumar.
Pleasure. Okay, there is one more question from Anis Fatima. People in your network have an average of X your rank in the top. I'm not very clear about this question, Anis Fatima. Can you help us understand?
Actually, good evening. Thanks for the session. This information I got it from the link which you have just shared with us from the LinkedIn. So though the score given us, not 2-digit, that was only a single digit, but still it is saying that you are among the top 100%. So what does it mean? I don't understand. So the score seems to be 1 digit, but still it is showing us you are in top 100%. What is it? Can you please explain this?
Okay, so social selling index, you have to score 70 out of 100. That should be the ideal percentage you have to reach in order to be visible from the LinkedIn platform. So if your score is very less, you will have to elevate to the level of 70%. That's number one. Number two, industry ranking means like your profile, how many profiles are there? That is the calculation it will arrive, and you're on the the percentage mentioned, 80% or 100%. That is the level you are there, where you have to make it as a single digit rank. Okay, so you'll have to essentially make that rank as very, very minimal, like 2% or 1% in the entire ranking, so that you are higher comparing to the other people. Like there are actually, what is the kind of a role you are doing right now? What is the kind of a job? Anis?
Yeah, I'm a professor.
Professor. Okay, so LinkedIn will compare with other thousands of professors and has given you a rank of, this is the percentage you are there in the total industry. Okay, so essentially you will have to make it as a single digit industry ranking, so that you are standing out from the entire.
Yeah, okay, I understand. So how to boost that ranking?
That's what you will have to be visible. You will have to connect with the like-minded people and post a lot of articles, engagement. This is the thumb rule. But apart from that, there are a lot of algorithmic related things which we will be training in the workshop.
Okay. And one more doubt I have. Just resharing the already shared information, which is liked by me. So will it help me in ranking?
Resharing of what?
Post already, which was shared already by someone else in the same platform. Because I like that particular post, I want to share with my audience. So I'm just resharing it.
Yeah, you can post that along with your opinion and perspective, so that your audience can feel your opinion, because it is not like a Facebook where you keep sharing the videos or poster which you have liked, right? So it is it is your chance to showcase your brand. So whichever posting you are referring, you have to repost along with your opinion with 4 or 5 lines, so that your audience understand your opinion about that particular subject. That you have to make it as an opportunity rather than just repost.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any more questions, anybody? So Mr. Virendra Kumar is asking if we are getting the recording of this session. So Mr. Kumar, yes, we will work on to that. Mr. GS Kumar, do you have anything to say for that?
Because there are a lot of elements which has been spoken, and we have a very bad memory of recollecting everything. So obviously we will be sharing the recording session, and so that you get a greater understanding, and then take your.
Great. Anybody here with any more questions?
Excuse me.
Yes, please go ahead.
Yeah. Number of followers and number of persons that we are following, does it matter in terms of scoring and ranking?
Number of connections definitely matters. We should have a minimum of 500 connections in our connections, so that LinkedIn appreciates your connection request. But number of follow means whoever we are feeling better, that we can start following. But we have to build a crowd for our own self, where we are building a community for our own self, where if we start posting content, they will have to appreciate. So that much level of community and crowd and connections is what you have to build, rather than doing a follow. So it's a platform for you to build your brand and showcase yourself as a subject matter expert. So for that, you will have to build a crowd. So connection request, send a connection request for people who are in a similar industry, like you are a professor. So people who are in colleges, principal, lecturer, professors, and even overseas universities, those people you can start connecting, so that LinkedIn understand you are in the same level of like-minded people, and it will start appreciating. So the thumb rule is having minimum 500 connections, but still you can keep looking at connections which are like-minded people in your industry and domain, so that it will help you during the entire networking process.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, I'm taking classes for business administration students. So I would love to being connected with the companies. So is this fine? Companies, CEOs, HR recruiters, etc. Or should I be connected only with my professional friends? That means the teaching friends, academicians.
That's whatever is your official purpose, you can start connecting. But as I said, it is not a first-hand request, like how we are sending an email, right? So we collect an email and then send a proposal of our college and courses and all that. That may not happen in LinkedIn. You'll have to develop a conversation with a potential guy whom you can want to connect and help you with the entire process. So start following and start appreciating the content, so that they feel that somebody is keep appreciating me. That's the human tendency, right? So somebody who's appreciating, we will try to connect and converse. So there you start the conversation, and then appreciate his article, newsletter, and like-minded industry-related news, so that you start conversing. And then later you pitch for your services, so that it becomes helpful for both of you. Otherwise, it's just a platform for connecting. That is not the role to play. As I said, it's a relationship building activity which you have to execute during the entire conversation on your LinkedIn time.
Exactly. Thank you. And one more question. We have a direct message option in LinkedIn as well. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So my understanding is that that particular direct message will not be open to others. Am I right?
Whomever you have connected, you will get a direct message option.
Yeah. So that will not be shown or read or seen by anybody else except to that particular person. Am I right?
Correct.
Okay. Thank you. Thank
I
you.
think we've lost her.
She is audible.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes. So Ms. Anis Fatima,
Sorry,
to
your
answer
voice
your
is breaking.
question, Jace Kumar, we can't hear you. I will answer that for her. Ms. Anis Fatima, the direct messages that you send on LinkedIn are visible only to the people you send them to.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Got
Yes,
it.
you're welcome. Okay, Mr. Virendra Kumar is asking for our contact numbers. I'll just put it down on the chat box.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes, please go ahead.
So the role of the person to whom we connect on LinkedIn, does it matter in ranking?
No, that's what the basic funda is. You will have to understand which industry you belong to and accordingly connect with the like-minded people. So if you are a professor and connecting to the jewelry manufacturer or a freelancer, that doesn't suits your kind of a background, right? So you will
Yeah.
have to create a mechanism. You have to create a goal for yourself on LinkedIn so that you work towards the goal for next 6 months to 1 year. So random connections may not work. It will show a big number, but no connection will help you. Like just like Facebook,
Yeah.
like we might have 2,000 friends, but nobody will help us in terms of need, right? So in LinkedIn, you have to create that like-minded community and connections so that both of you can benefit. Like, see, if you what kind of a profession you are right now?
I am into IT services,
Okay.
software services, and staffing.
Okay. You are into a business.
Yes.
Okay. So essentially, whoever is related to your industry, products and services, that is the people you have to connect so that you can collaborate, co-create, or partner up with them. That is the way which has to be used, because it's a platform for big ticket clients and big ticket attraction, where B2B is highly recommended comparing to B2C, because you cannot work on getting one client one day.
Right.
Okay. So aim for bigger decision makers in your industry and start connecting with them and start conversing with them. So then it will make a lot of sense.
Do others see the role of the members to whom I connected?
I'm sorry, come again.
So in our profile summary, we get to know, okay, so 10% of my connections are C role, say 20% into business development or something like that. Is this information visible to others? How much?
No, when we are when we are somebody is connecting, sending a connection request or looking at our profile, LinkedIn obviously shows the mutual connections, right? So whomever is being mutually connected.
Yeah.
So that is minimum percentage will appear, but not every connections.
Okay, so apart from the mutual connection, rest of my profile, nature of connections I have, that summary is not visible to anybody. So example, say if I have say 800 connections, out of which 50 are C roles, say 200 are into business development, example. Then you as a third person, do you, even if we are connected, assume you and me are connected. So do you see the summary that, okay, out of my 800 connections, 100 are from this background? Is that visible to the connections?
No, not 100%. All the connections I cannot stop. I can only see whoever is the mutual connection. Okay, somebody is in the same location or somebody is in the same company where you and me work in same Wipro or same Manipal. Those people will have a mutual connection where I get to know, okay, my friend is connected to Hitesh. Okay, or the guy who's worked with me is working in Hitesh office.
Okay,
that is
so
the
not the
basic
summary.
information. Not the summary, not the entire detail.
Hello.
Thanks.
Hello. Mr. Kumar, I have one more question. On LinkedIn, some of the features are just like paid services. When we see who has seen my profile, when we click on this now, and some more features like who has seen my profile, there's a list of people all together. So what exactly the amount we need to pay individually, or the fixed prices for per month basis or something like that? What are those paid services?
I think this is they will charge for their profile views or showcasing, featuring your profile or email credit. For that only they will start charging, where it is similar to how your Zoom is performing, right? 40 minutes is free, but if you want more than 40 minutes or 100 participants, you will have to pay, correct? So if you want to showcase your profile to more number of people comparing to the regular organic search, that is where you will have to go for that particular premium kind of a process or in-mail credit. but I won't recommend those kind of paid thing, because that gives a failure model, because if the fundamentals is not very strong, that it will not work, because a lot of people have purchased premium, but still they have not got a right number of connection requests or right leads, both in the business front and job front. So see, just by showcasing to everybody doesn't make any sense, because see, when we are driving in a car, we see a lot of signages, right? How much we are remembering. Okay, so there is no meaning in showcasing.
So what do you
everything.
Okay, so what do you suggest? In my case, I have opened it for everyone. So what actually there are three or four options are there. Viewable
No,
option
it
to
is
everyone.
highly recommendable on what is your goal towards this. Is it you want to increase your connections or profile views, or you're looking for a jobs? What is it that you have to decide, and accordingly you have to choose your pattern.
That is purely for my request for getting a job. I have numerous connections, a limited number of connections. I have around 1,000, more than 1,000 connections. Connections are sufficient.
Oh, that's what. Have you checked your social selling index? What is your score?
Oh, never seen.
Okay, I would recommend that to happen first, so that the basic fundamentals needs to be very strong, because in 1,000 connections, how many people are recruiters or HR professionals or decision makers? That makes a whole lot of difference.
Okay, fine.
Okay, and the underlying thing is, when you post a content, it will not go to all the 1,000 people. Maybe it will be a shock for many of the people. LinkedIn will show only to 10 to 15% of your audience. That means if you have 1,000 connections, only 100 to 150 people it will be showcased, and it depends on how much engagement you are getting for your particular post. Okay. So then,
so what should I do to how can my request or my job searching showcase can reach to maximum people?
That is what you have to showcase your writing capabilities. You start writing about your industry, because you come with a very strong experience in your particular industry. So start sharing a lot of industry news, your opinion, and so in your industry you will get a lot of news. So what is your opinion towards that? That you club with that, and then start posting content. So that with that particular hashtags, people will always search for right people. So what happens if you keep on posting article? The recruiters who are searching for people, and they come to know that comparing to other people, this guy has posted a lot of information, they will feel that you are a subject matter expert.
Okay, great.
That way.
Thank you so much.
Just one thing you mentioned about the social selling index. Where do we see it? Is it a standard term?
Yeah, it's an offering from LinkedIn itself, where it is free to get. That link I have posted here. Okay, so that you can open, and if you open, there is an option to click for free. So if you click that option, you'll get to know what is your parameters right now as far as LinkedIn is considered.
Can you please repost that link? Actually, I joined a bit late, so that link I don't see in the chat.
Okay, I'll post it one more time. The first link is on the social selling index, where if you could open, you will get a screen with get your score button. If you click that, you will get 4 different factors about your LinkedIn profile.
Okay.
Yeah, I have one more question. Can I?
Yeah.
Okay. So we all believe and we all accept that it is a really good platform for the job seekers. There is no doubt in it. But even those who are employed, is it necessary to increase the social status, whatever the thing is? Should they be also keep connecting with the people? Is it necessary for them, or it is only it's enough those who are unemployed, they are doing the job?
No, that's the core aspect of LinkedIn itself is building our branding. Okay, so all other platforms, if you look at, we just interact only for job. Naukri or any other platform, we just apply to resume and then the story ends there. But here the opportunity is you can directly connect with the CEO of a startup and then start conversing whether you have that particular opportunity or not, right? You can just converse that I'm very potential, or you can collect his number and then start talking. All these possibilities are already there because they always look for skilled people and they are keep on searching. So the main difference of is in job portals, only recruiters will have access where they will look for right kind of people for their job description. But here, CEOs, the decision makers, board of directors, lot of people are sourcing profiles, and that after sourcing the profile, they are giving it to the recruiter to arrange for an interview. Okay, that level of in-depth aspects happens in the LinkedIn platform. So we have to be visible to all the multiple decision makers so that they feel that this is the right guy, comparing to the people who are only have process related decision making on recruitment. So that's the whole difference, where it opens the doors for you to converse. No, so that opportunity, why do you want to miss? So if that happen, your personal branding should be at a higher level so that they accept your connection first of all. Okay, because these CEOs and hiring managers and recruiters, every day they will get minimum 10 or 15 requests. Okay, and who will they accept? Only if you have a personal brand and professional brand. They will, before accepting the connection request, they will open your profile and see what all you have performed, whether you are passionate towards your industry, domain, or subject, or what all achievements you have done, and what all for which are all activity you have engaged. All this aspects will be checked before even connecting. So that is core format of a LinkedIn profile.
Thank you. And we don't have any option to see the personal number or mobile number, isn't it?
There are a lot of tricks which I cannot tell in the webinar. So that tricks will be trained during a workshop.
Okay, and it will be better if you can, we can have one more session on how to build our profile in detail. That is a hands-on session. It will be better. I would request you to.
Usually it takes about 4 hours. That is why we have kept 2 days workshop. So in which we start from the basics, and then we will tell which keyword is highly recommended for a particular profile. Because in last 3 years, a lot of keywords changes has happened for most of the domains. So say, for example, in HR, earlier people called as employee engagement. Now people calling the same skill as people and culture. Okay, and a lot of people have synonymical keywords like purchase manager can be people and culture.
People and culture. Okay, thank you.
So when you mention employee engagement and look for job, now the possibility is very less. Now you have to change it as people and culture as your skill. So that way there are a lot of nuances towards each particular section, which we train for about 4 hours. So I would suggest that particular training will be helpful rather than a webinar, which needs a lot of time to understand each process. That's why.
Okay. How did you identify this transformation of these keywords and all those things? By keep reading the post or anything else?
No, since I come from the recruitment background for both executive search firm and I worked in Wipro and Manipal, I regularly do recruitment. So that's why the entire algorithm of LinkedIn and Naukri is completely familiar. So I understand how the algorithm works. So that way we know how these synonymical keywords will be used and what is the best keywords is keep on changing on a regular basis. So only that will work.
Superb, great. And I have one more question. For hashtag, should we write hashtag along with your with our content, or should we write it separately?
No, any content after for using content itself, we have to use the hashtag. But I don't suggest 50 hashtag because it will go as a spam in LinkedIn. So essentially, max to max, you use 3 or 4 hashtag, max to max 7. So beyond 7, it will be considered as a spam.
Superb. Generally, it comes after the content, right? At the end of the content. Am I right? Or in between also we can include it.
You can use in between, but depending on the worth of the hashtag, it is showcased to those kind of like-minded.
Fine, fine. Thank
There
you.
is no difference in terms of placement of that particular hashtag, either below or bottom. I mean, bottom or top. That doesn't.
Thank you.
All right, it's about 8:30 right now. I think we should call it a day. So anything, you can just connect with us on LinkedIn. Both our profiles are already there. Divya, if you want to share your LinkedIn profile, you can share here. I'll also share so that
I'll do that.
people
Yes.
can.
Can I have your number, Mr. Kumar?
Sorry, there is a mistake. Yeah, 9505. So, all right. Thanks for joining and thanks for investing your great time on a Saturday evening. And let's catch up in the workshop session and have a better year ahead in terms of technical skills and personal branding and soft skills and image consulting so that we elevate ourselves in the upcoming year and get better jobs and better opportunities. Thank you so much, Signing.
Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you.